So I gotta tell you, this particular article that I'm about to read is probably one of the strangest stories that I've had the unfortunate pleasure of having to showcase to you guys. It goes to show what people think of the West when they advertise a certain way their video game to one market versus the other. So what am I talking about? So apparently there is now an article talking about Capcom's latest game, which is called EXOPRIMAL. Now you guys can pretty much assume what EXOPRIMAL is about. Now, EXOPRIMAL as a whole is a game that's being advertised in two markets right now: the Japanese market, obviously, and the American market or the Western market, whatever you want to call it. Now, the funny thing is, in Japan, they are advertising this game by utilizing VTuber streamers in order to do it. I think that's a great thing to do. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense. VTubers are very popular in Japan. They're also very popular out here in the West, but ultimately they are more popular probably in Japan as a whole. However, it goes to show the lack of respect that they have for the West, or what they think the West actually wants to see, because apparently they're advertising the game in the West with drag queens. Yes, apparently Capcom is utilizing drag queens to promote Exoprimal to the Western audience. I just don't even know where to begin with this one. I mean, come on, like, why would you look at the comparison in ideologies? This is how you know the West is not taken seriously at all. Now, I know there's people that are going to be out there and they're going to say, well, VTubers aren't real, so they're using animated figures to advertise their game. But at the end of the day, it makes sense. Obviously, VTubers are very popular in the Japanese market, so it would make sense that they would advertise to that, right? Like, that's what they would use to do so. Drag queens? What are you trying to advertise to? 99% of the population is not going to be interested in seeing two fucking drag queens live streaming this game. I think they only averaged like 400, 500 viewers, something like that, versus the VTubers who were averaging 100,000 plus. So it goes to show the massive difference between the two. But of course, this is Capcom USA's version of pandering to the LGBTQ community and trying to utilize them as some sort of poster child for their video game. So let's talk about the article and see what it has to say. So it says Capcom advertises Exoprimal with drag queens in the West and VTubers in Japan. While Capcom Japan grants VTuber Botan access to promote the upcoming Exoprimal, Capcom USA hosts drag stream to advertise the game's open beta. The comparison was raised by Twitter user Haru47 2, who shared a side-by-side screenshot of Capcom USA and Capcom Japan's advertising of the open beta test for Exoprimal, noting Capcom USA marketing versus Capcom Japanese marketing. Now again, the two different marketing campaigns are so obviously blatant, it's ridiculous. And which one do you think is more effective at actually selling the game? I'll let you guys think of that one yourself. It says Capcom USA stream on Twitch features drag players Deer and Puddin. In contrast, Capcom Japan features HoloLive VTuber Shishiro Botan, accompanied by fellow streamers Takane Lui and Tokoyami Toa. Based on Twitch Tracker's third-party data, we know that Capcom USA's Twitch stream saw a peak of about 553 viewers live on Twitch. They also had an average of 422 viewers and gained 176 followers. The VOD of the live stream currently stands at 634 views as of writing. I mean, that's pretty sad. I get literally thousands more views than they do, and it's Capcom, for God's sakes. It says, meanwhile, Botan's stream saw over 115,000 viewers tuning in. It is worth noting that the VTuber has 1.31 million subscribers on YouTube, which is compared to Capcom USA's 69,900 Twitch followers. Unlike Capcom's YouTube and Twitch channels, mainly used to promote products, Botan's streams are typically for entertainment, even in cases of sponsored streams. Despite the language barrier, English-speaking fans have shared highlights of Botan's live stream. Those clips showcase Botan and her friends having fun with each other's company and Exoprimal. And the thing is, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Like, I don't understand why they had to include drag queens in a game called Exoprimal. I can understand if you were trying to make a game that was pandering to the LGBTQ community, but you're making a game called Exoprimal. Why are you using like, this is the worst marketing I've ever seen. Why are you using drag queens to promote a game that has nothing to do with them? Even if you wanted to talk about inclusivity, diversity, all the typical bullshit that only happens in the West, it still doesn't do you any justice. Like, you're not going to make any money from this. You're not going to convince anybody to buy the game because you use drag queens to promote your stream or your game. It's ridiculous. It says, on the Capcom USA livestream, Deer and Puddin also took part in a dare to eat as many dino tendies in hot sauce as they can handle. Puddin also appears to have prominent fake nipples and exposed cleavage, a stark contrast with Boat and Stream. Exactly. I mean, just the two together, when you look at it side by side, how is anybody going to take this seriously, bro? How is anybody going to really take this seriously? How are they going to take your game seriously? I would laugh if somebody said, oh, we should buy this game because two drag queens played it on Twitch. I'd be like, what? Why are you even talking to me about this right now? So it says Dier would take to social media to object to the original tweet comparing the streams, writing LOL. The amount of comments here asking what drag has to do with gaming in favor of the VTubers. Now I'm all for VTuber, but genuinely what inherently do VTubers have to do with the dinosaur mecha game? Seems just as unrelated as drag. Personally, I like both. Dier concluded. Well, no, that's the thing. See, drag, I'm sure you're going to try to say drag is prominent in gaming, but it's not. You can be a drag gaming streamer, and that's all fine and dandy. Go do you, boo. Go slay, queen. But ultimately, you are nothing compared to the VTuber streamers who are very prominent in gaming streams. VTubers as a whole control the gaming market almost by insane margins. I don't know what the exact margins are, but VTubers are very, very, very popular, especially in Japan. So it does make a lot of sense to utilize them. It does make sense to use them to promote a video game because that's where they are prominent in. They are prominent in the gaming space. You, however, are barely prominent in the populace, let alone the gaming space. So I don't understand why they would utilize drag queens to promote this game. I think that is a heavy, heavy, heavy miss. And if the game was about the LGBTQ or if the game had LGBTQ stuff in it, then I could understand wanting to utilize drag queens to promote the game. Then you're more than welcome to do whatever the hell you want to do. But I think this was a major miss by Capcom. So it says Capcom has been embracing political correctness, which I'm aware of, for a while now. So it isn't as surprising to see the developer hosting a drag stream to promote one of their upcoming products. In 2020, Capcom suffered a ransomware attack and subsequent leaks. One of the leaks included alleged business strategies on political correctness. The alleged presentation slides discuss avoiding language deemed discriminatory or obscene, avoiding unequal or stereotypical depictions of certain races and sexualities with positive portrayals instead, and including gender-neutral cosmetic options. So again, it seems like Capcom is going to suffer from the woke mind virus. We already know that this has infected most of the Western companies, or there, at least if it's not a purely Western company, if there is a station based in the West, it would have infected it at some point in time. And Capcom is no different. They're gonna go through the same exact shit that every other company is doing for their ESG scores. And in the West, this is what they want you to focus on. This is what they think of you in the West. They think that you video gamers, right? Like everybody who's a gamer, they think me and you enticed by drag queens playing video games. This is supposed to get us hyped into playing the game. Not the VTuber, no, not at all. Something like this is not supposed to get us hyped into the game, even though they're a very prominent streamer. No, it's drag queens, because the West is all about gay shit. So it's drag queens that are supposed to attract you into playing a game called EXOPRIMAL. I mean, guys, honestly, I think this shit is really insulting. Personally, obviously, I don't take offense to much, but at the end of the day, if the Japanese really think that this was the way to go to advertise to the Western market, it goes to show just how weak we must look to the rest of the world, that we need drag queens to promote our video games now. It's just so insane. It's so insane. And it was bad enough that you have a drag queen story hour, which we talk about all the time, but now apparently you have drag queen gaming hour. So it's really ridiculous, and honestly, I'm just over it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.